Hey guys, how's it going? I hope this finds everyone well. We have some intense energies coming up, obviously, on Monday, the 25th of October, when the sun dips into Scorpio. Along with Venus, we have a southern south node eclipse in Scorpio. So, happy day, right? It doesn't have to mean gloom and doom, but it does have the energy of death, birth, transformation. Scorpio is the gutters. It's the parts nobody wants to really look at, but that's the parts that really make us tick. It is the opposite of Taurus, which is the physical, material, outside resonance of it. And then Scorpio is the internal aspect. So it's the depths. So depending on where this is happening in your chart will reveal a lot. But regardless, so when I said south node, so what this means, this is a solar eclipse. So this is the moon eclipsing the sun. And when the south node is in Scorpio, so the nodes are invisible planets. They are directly across from each other. So the north node is sitting in Taurus. South node is in Scorpio. So what that means is that's the pathway that the moon is taking. And it lasts for about 18 months. And then it changes sign. And it goes backwards. So the south node represents karma, our past, what is familiar. The north node represents where we're going, what we need to be looking forward to, what our purpose, it hints towards purpose in this life. So they do this little dance around each other, around your chart, helping to let you know where you've come from and let you know where you're going. It's sort of a guide. And so with the south node being eclipsed in that is suggesting karmic reset. So it doesn't have to be all, like I said, gloom and doom. Karma doesn't really have, to us humans, it has a polarity, which we view as good or bad or beneficial or not. But really, it doesn't have a name or a face. It just is. So whatever we are doing, what patterns and how we are operating in this life will determine what our karma looks like. And it's all perspective and point of view, really. So basically, where is this hitting reset for you? Eclipses are about releasing and blessing and releasing, but it's technically a new moon. So what that means, that's a new beginning. So we're literally having a switch right now, like it's done and then we're restarting like immediately. So this is very potent energy to how you want to move forward in your life. Venus is also conjuncting this. So what this means is this also resets in relationships. So a lot of long-term relationships could be under possible review, family relationships. It doesn't have to be intimate. It is very well, it can be intimate, but all relationships, they're up for review. This could also bring a new person in or a new possibility in because you just wiped the slate clean. So it's important to think about what you want to embody in your life, in this life. How are you showing yourself some grace and love while you're maybe going through the trenches, exposing these tender parts of yourself, at least to yourself, taking a good hard look in the mirror of okay, this is something I need to see, but I don't necessarily want to see. This is about honoring that. With Venus conjuncting this, holding hands, creating a cazimi is what we call it. So it's really potent energy, both dipping into Scorpio at the same time from Libra, being very comfortable, dipping down into the underworld. And this is where the deep inner work begins. We're heading into Samhain, Halloween, All Souls Day. This is the time where the veil is the thinnest and we have the ability to listen or sense or feel a connection to something greater. And it might be something that doesn't necessarily feel the greatest because it's something that's we don't normally give attention to. But if you've done shadow work, you've done any kind of work on yourself, you will understand that this is necessary for the steps moving ahead. So, with that, we also have, so Mercury is direct, going fine. Saturn in Aquarius is about to go forward as well this weekend on the 22nd. So that's going to really help us to not feel so restricted in maybe our finances, which also ties into Scorpio. Scorpio is all about debt and taxes and all that stuff. So this might be a big financial reset or a rock bottom and reset. Realizing you're not doing something that you've been wanting to do, or that you're not being as compensated as you can be or want to be, or there could be some sticky financial stuff. So again, giving yourself some space and looking outside of this, having a good objective and perspective so you can move forward again and not judge yourself so harshly. People also don't have much going on for boundaries right now because we are in that scorpionic energy. So a lot of people are going around completely unaware of boundaries and not having boundaries. So don't assume anything. Always check, double check right now. Kind of treat it as a retrograde in terms of realizing there might be some serious miscommunication right now. Also, because Mars is about to dip into its retrograde in Gemini. So a nice verbal punch for you. So those can definitely create breakdowns communication-wise because it's sitting in Gemini, which normally rules Mercury. So take deep breath, think before you speak, do some screaming exercises in a safe place, do some more meditation, dive into these deep scorpionic energies, and do some healing and realize that we all have things to work on. We all have things to allow to come in. So what are you going to be allowing to come in during this time as we hit the reset button and wipe clean the slate? Are you going to continue in the same manner and create more karma that you're going to have to process longer? So what kind of karma are you accumulating? A healthy karma or stuff where you're constantly learning things? And either way, it's okay. It's making you stronger and wiser. So deep breaths, my friends. Time to maybe take a deep bath. Take a nice bath with some oils, doing guided meditations, breathing, breath exercise. Physical exercise is good. Swimming, if you can swim. Spending time maybe in the dark and in meditation and with your own breath and your own self-talk. Be very aware of your own self-talk right now because it will show you exactly where you are, but where you need to be.